Hello, this is ZK. It has been a long time since I've uploaded the last video about the ulnar side pain. Firstly, I want to thank you for all you guys about the all the replies and the messages. For those who became better after you did the exercise that I had mentioned last time, I'm really glad that you have become better. Because there was a request about thumb side pain. So we had someone who plays accordion and he requested whether he can do the same exercise for the thumb pain as well. So today's video is about how to fix your thumb side wrist pain by yourself. Thumb pain is a bit different. With ulnar side pain is more about the ligament injury. So as I said before, there is this structure called triangular fibrocartilage complex, which is made of all the ligaments. And when these ligaments become stiff and less mobile and less stretchable, then you have the pain. And with the stretch, with the right stretch, you can make the ulnar side pain better by making these complex back to normal. But thumb part can be a little bit different because with the thumb, mainly, you have some tendons going along over that area. So I think where you feel the pain would be around there, okay? If you do that, you see that? That's the tendon, and you can feel the tendon over there as well. So I think you've got a pain around that area, okay? And you can, if you just palpate, you can feel the tendon over there. So basically there we have two main conditions which can give you a bit of pain. The first one will be the ganglion. So if you have the ganglion, which is a small cyst, then you can feel the pain around that area. Of course, you can have the ganglion somewhere else as well, but you can feel the pain over there when you have the ganglion. The second one is the most common one, which is called de Quervain syndrome. De Quervain syndrome is the inflammatory condition of the two tendons just fluctuating each other and causing the inflammation. So you can palpate there, and there are two tendons that you can palpate, and that's where you have the inflammation. The third one is called intersection syndrome, and it's a pain over there. So there are other tendons traveling along that way. And again, it's the same. When the tendons rub each other too much because of the overuse, then you can feel the pain. So basically, the pain that you have is from the overuse. With the accordion, I don't know about your technique, but I assume that with your hand position would be holding the accordion and probably bending like this way and do the finger movement, including the thumb. And with that, you see that the wrist is in bent position like that. Like that. So that's the one causing a bit of stress and inflammation around that area. So now, what you need to do to make it better. Okay, first, it is inflammatory condition, and as you had inflammation last year, I'm talking about this the Olisa case. Because it was an inflammatory condition, when you had a cortisone injection, it became significantly better. So you want to take the same approach like the last time, but with the cortisone injection, we say that it is okay to have the injection 3 times, up to 4 times over the same spot. But if it is more than that, then it weakens the tendons and the ligaments significantly. So once or twice, in general, once or twice or up to 3 times, it's fine. But if it is more than that, it's not really advisable. So first, do the eyes. Where you do the eyes is just over there where you feel the pain, because the tendon, you can palpate the tendon over there. It is very close to the skin. So just putting the ice directly over that area, you will feel better. Whenever you do the ice, to do it 20 minutes. you can do it like 2-3 times every day. That's the first thing. If you see the GP, if you are prescribed with the anti-inflammatory medication, then of course you can take that as well. Because again, by reducing the inflammation, you can reduce the pain. So that's the first thing. The second one, when you have the inflammation, the tendon becomes very sensitive and it can become quite stiff. So what you need to do is, okay, this is a kind of stretch, but it's a little bit different stretch. What you need to do is, so this is basically the test position that you do with the decoy vein syndrome. When you do that, and if you bend your wrist to that direction, bend it like that, you may feel the pain over there with a bit of stretch. The most important one is you don't want to make it more painful, because if you make it more painful, it's going to become more sensitive, and we don't want that. We want to desensitize it instead of the sensitization. So what you do is either you can do that or just even without holding your thumb like that, because if you do that, that's going to give too much stretch over there. So it's up to you. If you don't feel the pain with that position, if you feel just gentle stretch, that is completely fine. So either that or that, depending on your condition. If you feel too much pain with that, then start over with that. And then what you do is use your thumb or with your index finger. While you're applying that, you pull, so you compress it and you slide your finger towards the thumb direction, so along the tendon. So either you can use the thumb, so bend it and pull it like this way. You will feel the pain. You can feel the bit of discomfort. I wouldn't say pain, sorry. Bit of discomfort is fine, because when the tendon is being stretched physically and when it's under stress, you can feel the distress. That's fine. So as long as you don't feel the pain and you don't feel the latent pain, it is okay. Then how you decide whether you're on the right track? Simple. We call it outcome measure, because you need some objective measure whether what you do is working for you or not. For you, if you have this pain, the thumb side wrist pain, this would be your outcome measure. So either you do that or you do that. So try to remember how much range you could do this. And let's say you feel the pain at that range initially, and then you do the exercise. Okay, so again, sustain compression, and while you stretch your tendon, you compress it and slide it towards your thumb. After that, you just check it again, and if you don't feel the pain, that it confirms that you are improving. Okay, and lastly, you need to check and assess your playing position. So again, this is for you only, a bit more specifically. For the accordion player, you may need to check your wrist position, whether your wrist isn't bent too much. So for example, if your wrist in that position, and if it could give you too much stress over there, what you need to do is you may reposition your wrist and make it slightly towards the neutral position. So that would be the very important part as well, because let's say you fix your wrist pain this time, thumb side wrist pain this time, but it can become aggravated again with the overuse again. So you may need to check your technique when you play the your instrument. If you have the time, you can send me the video, then I can revise it when I've got time, and I will upload a new video about your play and how you might need to change your playing position. For other than only if you've got this thumb side wrist pain, what I have mentioned would be good answer if you've got a decoy vein syndrome. Google the decoy vein syndrome. There is plenty of information about that. I hope you find better, and if there is any question about this, just leave the reply again. I'll just check them out and I'll just answer it when I can. And again, I'm sorry that for those who's been waiting for the new videos, and again, for the new conditions, leave the comments and I'll reply it. In the future, I'm going to try to share my approach about the recovery and the injury of our body and how to manage our body to the best way. So again, this is for more community. So if you have any pain, I do hope you become better, and you can just share this video with anyone. But I hope no one kinds of steal my idea about how to approach about the body conditions and the recovery. So this was Kay. I'll see you at the next video. Bye for now.